from 44th Street in Camelback. This is the Arizona Daily Mix, and it all starts right now.
Welcome to the Arizona Daily Mix. I am Brad Perry.
And I'm Lexi Romano.
Today on the show, we have a very special guest.
And you can catch him weekdays here on AZTV7.
And who is it? Well, it is the man, the myth, the legend himself. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the show, Mr. Steve Wilkos! There he is. Oh, my goodness. We're going to slide chairs over. Good morning. Here.
Nice seeing you.
How are you? Good seeing you. So, and this is so awesome to have you here with us. So we're going to get everything set up. I'm so excited to have you here.
Of course, we brought out our Steve Wilkos mugs.
Look at
I
that.
know, I love that. You know what? I don't even have one of those.
Do you not?
Well, you
know
can take
what?
this one if you want.
You know, we're going to get you one, okay? So I know some people.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
we'll hook you up. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay, I have to do this before we go any further, is that I have a little history with Steve because we're both from Chicago. Well, I'm not originally from Chicago, but I was in Chicago, and when he was a police officer, he worked with the Wayans family that I worked with.
Yeah.
And so we'd see each other a little bit, and then lately we've been like doing Zooms, we've been talking back and forth,
Yes.
so this
I was
is
going to
awesome.
say, Brad, don't tell me that when he was a police officer and you lived in Chicago, you got in trouble and Steve had to come take it. No.
Drink water this time. Okay.
I let him go.
All right, you're a nice guy. You're a nice
So
guy.
this is great to have you. How you doing? Is this your first time in Arizona?
No, I was here at the station, I think, about 5 years ago. And we've been out here, and I came out, I was telling the story earlier before the show that I came out for the All-Star game when it was here, I think, in 2012. And me and my wife came out for the Super Bowl in 2014.
Oh, nice.
So we've been out here, and listen, it's still like 50 degrees back home in Connecticut. So coming out here, it's a treat, and I love the West. You know.
Well, we love having you come out here for us, and we love the show. You know, it's one of our top shows here on AZTV7, which is really cool to have you here with us. And so we're gonna have some fun this morning with you. So it's not gonna be like your show. This is gonna be a different type of show. But later on, we are gonna get some more about him and about his show and everything. But right now, there's something that we do, and it's called Trending, Steve.
Trending,
Yeah,
I love
Trending.
trending.
Brought to you by Good Ranger Law. This is where we travel on social media, the internet, or just some other quacky websites to find stupid things that we could talk about around the water cooler. Yes, we still have a water cooler here.
I love water coolers.
Yeah, don't you? I love it. So, all right, the first one up, since you were a police officer, go ahead and take it away,
Yeah, so
Lexi.
we're going to talk about this one. We already did touch on this one earlier in the week, but we're going to talk about this again because, Steve, we want to get your opinion on this. So there was a gentleman who went out onto the field to propose to his girlfriend. Now, this is so sweet and lovely. However, he gets tagged
Oh, I love it.
so hard. And we got to get your opinion on this. I mean, come on. Was this merited for them to take him down?
Oh yeah,
Really?
I love that because that's like a license to kick ass, right? Like, you're running on the field, you know you're gonna get thumped.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God.
And, listen, first of all, what was he thinking? Like, to me, it's a corny way to propose.
Right.
You're like what, 200 feet away?
Right, and on part two, there's players on the field, so they thought he was going to pull something out to attack them.
You
Right.
can't go on any, professional sport stadium.
And
you know?
go onto the
and
field,
it says
yeah.
you're going to get arrested. And like that guy, they're not going to take you down soft.
Yeah.
They're going to take you down really hard.
But hey,
So I love it.
the good news is she said yes. So they are engaged now.
Well,
It
she
worked.
should reconsider that. And he's not too smart.
And guess what?
man.
Next week, he'll be on Steve Wilkos Show talking about it.
Exactly. He'll be taking a lie detector test.
Okay, all right, let me set this up for you because I just have to ask you, back in the 80s and stuff, did you have a white suit? Did you put on a white suit, and you know why?
White suit, no.
No?
Because I was in the Marines in the 80s, you
Okay.
know, so I probably didn't even own a suit.
Okay.
Just my Marine uniform.
Well, you can own this suit, which belonged to John Travolta from Saturday Night Fever. Yes, it's going up for auction. Just a mere.
I know who used to own it.
Oh, did you?
Gene Siskel.
Get out of here.
He was a Chicago
Yeah.
guy, did the movies, and when it went up for auction, Gene Siskel was the guy that bought this suit. And I think he paid, like $50,000, maybe not even that much, but I gotta imagine now that's
I was
like
gonna
half
just ask
$200
that.
bucks.
200,000.
Oh,
200,000
Even
for it.
that's it?
Yes.
I feel like it should be more than that. This is such an
I
iconic
was guessing
look.
$500,000.
Me
I
too.
know,
This is such
right?
an iconic look. This
I was like 14 years old when that movie came out, and it was like Everybody went to go see that movie. You wanted to be John Travolta.
Right?
He's so cool in
I
that
took
movie.
dance lessons because of that.
I was going to say, thank God there wasn't cameras rolling in my bathroom back then because everybody, doing all the stuff that
Right?
John Travolta did.
Okay, but I have to ask, have you seen the sequel?
The sequel.
There's a sequel.
terrible.
It's
Oh,
so awful.
terrible.
Right?
Yeah, we don't
it's
bring
so
that up.
awful.
We-
It is not.
horrible.
Yeah, you're right. You're
It's
right.
like
Let's not even
Godfather
talk
3.
about it.
You know, I'd rather watch Rhinestone Cowboy than that sequel right there.
Nobody remembers that.
Oh my
Of
God.
course, or the what was the one that he did with Jane? The dance one. What was it? The he was a
What are you talking
reporter.
about? Stallone?
Yeah, no, I'm talking John Travolta.
Urban Cowboy.
Urban Cowboy, and then no, the other one where he was the reporter and she was the fitness person. Remember, it was like
Yeah.
I can't think of it. All right.
But that was
know.
terrible too.
Right, there you go. So, but would you want a white suit would you wear a white suit on the show like that?
You could
You know
rock the
what?
white
If
suit.
back in 1978 when that movie came out and you offered me that suit, I'd been wearing it every day.
There it is. I love it. So, I
Brad, you
love
could
it.
rock the white suit too. I think
Oh,
both of you guys.
totally, we're
I
putting
went
it
to it
We'll
now.
get you guys white suits, and we'll do a who wore it better of the white suit.
All right, Steve, we know that you have this thing where it's Steve loves food. It's your foodie kind of person you are. So Steve Eats. And so we're going to do a little Steve Eats ourselves in a segment we call Let's Eat. That's
I
right.
love it.
Let's Eat is brought to you
Yes.
by Why Cook. Eat local, fresh, and healthy. Check out whycook.com for that restaurant, food truck, or chef in your neighborhood.
All right.
So,
This
Steve,
smells amazing.
this is some things that we're finding out about Steve. One, I'm gonna give the secret away at later on the show about what Steve loves, and we're gonna get him when he comes out here. But we're gonna talk Beach House tacos because you love
Yes.
tacos.
I always said if I was on death row, tacos would be my meal.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
this is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we have a couple here for you, and this is the famous Beach House. It's right here on Camelback Road, and a great place for tacos, all types, and everything like that. So we're gonna go through a couple of these. I don't know if you want to taste. I don't know if what's going on.
Take a bite or two.
Okay, because
Take
that's
a
what
bite.
we have them here. They're fresh tacos. So we're gonna start with number one, which is down here.
Down here.
And what is that one? That
That's
is.
the Chipotle chicken there. So Steve, we'll let you
This
go
is
ahead and
chicken?
start. Yes,
yeah.
yes, sir. Yeah.
One with red onions and queso.
All right, we'll take a bite of that.
Queso fresco. Looks
Queso fresco. All right, we'll do that.
amazing.
So
Okay.
you can take that lime off there.
I was going to say maybe a little napkin too.
Yeah, paper towels, napkins, do I have any down? Oh, I do.
We do.
All right, there you go. You don't really get to do this on your show like this, do
No.
you? So, there
I'm
you go.
impressed that you're doing this with this white
Actually,
shirt.
that was the chicken one. Or is that
No,
shrimp?
that's
Oh, that's shrimp.
This is the
okay.
chicken.
Oh, there we go.
This is the
So
shrimp.
they haven't flipped around. All right, so now, are you a shrimp guy? Or tell me about that one.
This is really delicious.
You like that one?
Is it spicy?
It's very spicy.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'll
Got a
like
lot
it
of
for long.
flavor. I mean, I could eat that all day long.
Yeah. Is that what you do with Steve Eats? Is that you go around trying food, you eat
Yeah,
up
so
things?
wherever we're at, I do a lot of station visits and we go to Chicago, wherever, and just try different things, and it's fun, because you get to taste some really good food and different things.
Yeah.
To eat
I was
food
in
and
Florida,
meet
we
people.
tried alligator, and
No way.
But okay, I will tell you later on what we have a surprise for you. So
Okay.
something that we're gonna do. We get off
Oh,
the thing.
yeah,
there you are.
that's
Look at
great.
you.
Yeah.
that's my daughter.
Awesome.
And
Where is this? Where are you
This
guys?
is in Stamford, Connecticut, and they do it's a bunch of food trucks, and there's all kind of things. And I had my daughter in town, and so we just went around. We were eating all these different things. So
Yum.
obviously you can see. We
Yeah.
had,
Is that the
was
fried
this-
mac and cheese? Is that what you guys had?
We had some fried mac and cheese. I forgot what that was on a
Wow.
stick.
Fried ice
Oh,
cream.
that was a hot dog on a stick.
Hot dog on a
Hot
stick.
dog on a stick. Always a
So-
good
Yeah.
choice.
I like it. All right, we got
right,
a
let's
couple
try some
more. Let's
more
try some more. All right, do you want to try a
tacos,
little shrimp one?
Yeah, I'll try
All right,
shrimp.
that one's shrimp. It's grilled shrimp with what is that? Pineapple salsa, mango and pineapple
Mango
salsa.
pineapple salsa.
Yep,
Ooh.
throw that on there. See how you feeling. You're gonna
Mango.
be full before
Oh my
anything.
God.
There you go. Before the show.
That's okay.
Tacos at
All
9
right, there you
a.m.
go. Look at that. That's a Chicago bite right there. So, all right, what'd you think of that one?
Okay. I'm being honest, right?
Yep. Go honest. Go honest.
So, my two kids love mango. Love mango, mango.
Mango's great.
I don't like mango.
Oh no.
Like shrimp?
To me, throw it to me.
I'm not a mango guy.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
I don't know. Okay, it's all right. That's good.
It's all good.
All right, no problem. All right,
But
so
the flavor profile beyond the mango.
okay.
I can't get past it.
All right. Do you eat beef? Do you eat meat?
Beef?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meat guy. Okay, this one is a
You
red
don't think
chili.
I got this big shake?
Eating not
This is a
mango,
red
for sure.
chili beef one. So give you a try on that one.
Red chili beef.
Yes.
Sounds
you go, sir.
delicious.
All right, try that one since we're getting you a little beef one. And then we're going to jump over to a fried fish one. There's so much here and so much the
I
beach
know,
house
there's
has
so
to
many.
offer. You head over there. It's a great place to enjoy. You've been over there, right?
I have, yeah. I love that you can get the individual tacos. You can mix and match. You can get a shrimp one with mango, without mango, whatever you want to do. You can get the fish, the beef.
So,
What's the
all right,
verdict
how
on
do
the
we do
beef?
there?
Very good. But I'm gonna say right now, that chicken's still blowing my mind.
All right, the chicken is so far
Chicken's
has been
blowing
the
my-
winner.
Okay, all right. So now we're going to jump over to number 5, which is a fried fish one. So are you a big fish guy or? Well, you're in Connecticut. That's where the show is,
Big
right?
oyster guy. I love oysters.
Oh yeah. So
Okay.
we got a great oyster bar next door to us here. Buck
Shocking.
Ryder.
You're right.
Shocking.
Yeah.
There you go.
But we're in Arizona, so
We're in
we got to
Arizona,
put
so
this in a
we
taco.
can yeah.
I was gonna
Gotta
say,
put our
how
fish into a
fresh
taco.
are those oysters?
I'm sure they're pretty fresh. It's a really nice place next door. But yeah, we got to fry up our fish and put it in a taco
all right,
because
how's
it's
that?
Arizona.
Do you need another napkin? Okay, you good? All right. Ooh, he's thinking. Uh-oh. Yeah?
He's deducing.
What word did you use?
Deducing.
It's not bad, but the problem is they're all good.
But this one.
But this one is just.
You're taking, wow.
I mean, it's
He
so
took the
damn
Chipotle
good.
chicken.
So
All
we
right.
started out with the best
We got the
one.
best one. And
So
we're
it's kind of hard after you taste the best one.
Wow. Oh, well,
now
there it
we
is.
know. Now
I
we
love
know.
it. Where can they find Steve Eats at? On your Instagram and different places?
Yeah, you go to stevewilkos.com, and then we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, just Steve Wilkos. You'll find it. We do the Steve Eats, and it's a lot of fun. And then you also get to see some of my son, my daughter once in a while. People like seeing that. So
Yeah. So now we
next
have
model?
our next model, which I understand, like literally, it's been on the catwalk a lot of times. So that is, look at that right there.
Do your
So
little dance on the
Mr.
catwalk,
Steve
Steve.
Wilkos himself there. So what's he have on?
So what many people don't know is that we do make more than t-shirts. So this is one of our men's polos, which have been so popular this year, especially with golf becoming such a growing hobby in the Valley. So we do have a variety of golf polos available in stores and online.
I love it.
Really cool.
And I have to say, Steve is in heaven because when he came in, he's like, I just wanted to wear polos and shirts. So
Yeah,
I'm not
perfect.
changing. This is what I'm wearing for the rest of the day.
Thanks for coming in. And wow, our supermodel looks amazing.
I know, you guys look great. Everybody do another little spin for us.
Yes.
I'll do
And speaking of our supermodel, I love it. So
let's bring him out.
back
Yeah,
in here.
Steve,
He had a
come on
chance to
out.
change. We've been having some fun with him.
We got him a Steve
I used
Wilkos.
the wardrobe changes in the middle of the show.
Right? I got you running. I told you you were going to run around
I'm
here,
telling
didn't I?
you, man, more than my show.
and you got yourself a mug.
I love it.
So,
I mean,
I love it, but we need that back
nice
after the
gift.
show. It's not in the budget.
I get
Just
it.
so you know, it's not in the budget to give that to you. So we got a lot going on. Steve, this is really cool because you are, I'm going to say, you're kind of like the TV dream come true because you started as really behind the scenes security for Jerry Springer show. And then you were brought in front of the camera and then you got your own show. So let's go back to a little bit of history of that, about you getting your start.
I was working as a Chicago policeman. My dad was a Chicago policeman, so I was going to do that for 30 years, get my pension and retire. And so I went to work at Jerry Springer for one day. Just going to do security for one day. And they liked me, so they brought me back. But it was all, like you said, behind the scenes. I wasn't on camera. And then when the show took a different direction, where the confrontation, the young couples in love triangles, then I became part of the show on accident, right? Nobody ever planned for that, but I became part of the show because I was on stage so much.
Yeah.
And actually, my parents didn't know Jerry Springer, didn't know the show. And there was one time there was these two gay guys constantly fighting. So they said, just stay on stage, just sit between the two of them, right?
Yeah.
Well, then somebody told my mother, like, hey, your son's involved in a gay love triangle.
Oh my gosh!
She's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, I saw him on the Jerry Springer show. And my mom calls me up. She's like, what's going on? I go, I work security on the show.
That is so funny.
But yeah, and then we did things called Steve to the Rescue, where I went out and I helped people.
Yeah.
And, things like that. And then my role just kept growing on the show. And really how I got my biggest break getting my own show was Jerry going on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
So they thought he'd be the first one voted off, But in the meantime, they needed somebody to do those shows because you can't shut production down.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did them for a week, but then Jerry did really well on Dancing with the Stars. He was on it for like
Were you
5 or 6
surprised?
weeks.
Good for him, man.
I was
Surprised
surprised.
that he made that far?
Yeah.
I think a lot of us were.
Yeah, I mean, but Jerry's surprisingly athletic, and so he did really well. And I think people really like Jerry, and he
Yeah.
comes across as a very
Yeah.
nice guy. So I ended up hosting like 30 shows.
Wow.
And when those shows aired, they rated really well. Well, then the next year, Jerry's like, "Hey, man, will you just fill in for me?" Because I would get more money,
Yeah.
Wow,
and
that's
he'd
so
get
cool.
to take a day off. So it was,
Yeah.
well. I think some of the NBC said, "Hey, how come this guy doesn't have a show?"
Yeah.
And it just,
it happened.
To get a TV shows is harder than winning the lottery.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
then,
totally.
yeah,
Yeah.
so then I
Yeah,
gotta ask we just got asked this question. If someone out there wants to get into television, they want to get into on-camera work, what would be your biggest advice then?
I have no idea. Because, I mean, if you told somebody, "Well, do it like I did it, become a security guard," you have no shot at getting
But
a
what
TV
you
show.
did was you took the chances. You put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. I worked my butt off once I got my foot in the door.
There you go.
When the show asked me to do anything, I did it.
Right.
Gotcha.
And so they knew they could count on me, they knew they could rely on me, and I just went with it, you know?
Cool.
Hey, let's talk about the show, because one thing about you, Steve, is that you are a peacekeeper, because that's what you were. You're a police officer, so you're a peacekeeper. And I think that's what works with your show, is that you're not there to judge anybody. You're there to help people, and also to help it in a way that's not so much confrontational in different ways like that, even though it gets that way.
Yeah.
But you're there helping them in a peaceful way, and I think that's what comes across, that you're the regular guy talking with them.
You know, and I love that you say that. And I also think a big element is the simplicity of the message of the show. It really comes down to what's right and what's wrong, right? Like in these times, people want to make things very complicated and all this and that. No, it really comes down to right and wrong. And like, maybe we're an older generation now,
Yep.
but our parents told us, don't do this, don't do that,
Yep.
show manners, show respect, you know. And I think that's what I think a lot of people watch my show for, because they just want to see the good guy win,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
the good woman win.
sure.
And they want the bad guy to be punished, and they want to be consequences.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it seems like people that do bad things, there's no consequences.
Right.
People want
That's
to feel
it.
that justice.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
it.
really important. Welcome to the Arizona Daily Mix. I'm Lexi Romano.
I'm Brad Perry, and
I'm Steve Wilkos.
Yes! And as you can see, we have a special guest on today's show, and it's dedicated to talk show Steve
Wilkos.
Talk show host Steve Wilkos, where you can catch here on AZTV7.
at aztv.com. And Steve will be out there with us.
Yeah,
So
we're
you're
all
coming
gonna
out
be there
because
tomorrow. Sure will.
it's supporting the law enforcement officers, which you were, and
Yeah.
and you know how big this is, right,
First
to the community.
responders, you know, we always, you know, military, police, fire, I'll do whatever I can, because I know how hard they work and how dangerous their job is, so it's you got to support these men and women.
I love it. So
It's gonna
Steve
be a beautiful day
Wilkos,
out there, yeah.
as we said, is here on AZTV7 afternoons at 2 and 3, and he's in town, and we're enjoying having him here and supporting. And we're going to ask him some questions. And so we want to jump into one about just a little personal about you, and that is pets, animals, children. We know you got kids.
Yeah,
tell
I
us
got my daughter's up in Boston going to college. My son's a junior in high school, and I'm very proud of him. He's the captain of the football team, captain of the baseball team. I have a dog, Lucky. We've had him for about 9 years. And,
Oh, what kind of dog?
he's a Kutan, like
What?
some Kutan.
Yeah.
Fancy dog, I don't know. But me and my wife have been married for 23 years, and she's my executive producer.
Yeah.
We met on
So-
Springer.
What? Yeah. So what's the secret then to a long-lasting marriage? We got to know.
Well, I mean, we get along really well, and we don't stay mad with each other. You know, like everybody gets mad at each other.
Oh,
but
yes.
We try to limit it, and then like we know, like if we're mad at each other, there's something you need to resolve, right?
Work out,
Right.
Just
yeah.
like our show, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to work it
Yeah.
out, and we work it out pretty quick. But you know, truthfully, we don't even fight anymore.
No.
Because we just like we know, okay, he doesn't like this, she doesn't like that. Let's let's go down that road.
So I love it. You know what, Steve? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm supposed to follow the script, but I don't, because I need to do something here. Since you're here and I think you can help out, but I want to bring our executive producer out, Kelly. Where's Kelly? Kelly, come on out here. Kelly and I, we feel like we've been having some tension going on, just
Yeah.
our relationship. And I think the reason why that this is going on is that she feels that and I'm going to say me, forgot that today's her birthday.
How could you? Is today your birthday?
Yeah. So
Nice of you to come.
yeah. So I
All the
want
way
how do
just
we
for you.
resolve this? That I did not forget about her birthday. The reason why I did not do any celebrations because she has been giving up chocolate, what she loves. So I wasn't going to tempt her with cake or anything until after Easter.
Yeah.
So am I right or wrong on that?
Thank you. Yes,
You're wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're wrong.
Ah.
You're totally wrong. First of all, I'm going to give you a little secret. Always listen to the executive producer. I've seen too much talent think that they're a producer. No, we're the talent, we're the host. We do what the executive producers want us to do.
Yes.
They mold the show. Listen
That is
to
the
it.
best birthday gift you could give me.
There you go. Happy birthday.
So I was wrong on this. I should have brought something.
Yes, of course.
All right. Wow, Steve. Thanks for that right
Good
there.
job. Yeah, call him out. Call him out.
Steve won't come back after the
Hey, my executive producer might be watching. So
Anytime.
Happy birthday, Kelly.
Thank you.
Happy birthday,
Kelly.
But see, that's what our show's all about. Is of course what we do is have fun here. But what you do is also very important. And that again, we talk about.
And I'm not joking though.
Yeah.
When I'm on stage, my wife, she directs the show, and I feed off of her. And there's times like I don't want to do that, and she's like, just do it. This is what's gonna work. And I do it, and she's right. So.
Oh, you and I are
You
going to
know.
talk at the break.
Yeah, you gotta listen to your wife and you gotta listen to your executive producer. And if they're the same person, then you really gotta listen to her.
Oh man, I'll tell you, that is just the most incredible place. And we have Matt here himself, the Razor Emporium right there. And again, Matt has a beard when he owns the razors, but the reason why is that you have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, for our YouTube channel, we're kind of showing people how to grow a beard. So I'm about 2 months in, maybe 1 month left to go.
And how to
Looks
trim them and
good.
get them right.
How to get it all right, yeah.
And Steve, we know that you shave, so which is really important.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to shave all the time. But nobody wants to see me with hair. I was saying a couple years ago, I let it grow out, and we let the fans vote, and overwhelming, they're like, shave.
Well, you know, you being here in Arizona as our guest, we want you to leave with a little gift here. So I thought for sure the Razor Emporium would be the best for you. So what'd you bring him really quick,
I
Matt?
brought him a traditional Edwin Jagger razor made in England, double-edged razor. We brought him a shaving soap that we make in-house, old school. Smell
Old
that.
school. I love
Smell
that.
that. That's gonna just blow your mind.
Oh, I would eat that.
We brought you even a traditional brush, so if you want to whip that up into a lather, you got a nice badger brush here.
And I was saying, this is how my dad shaved.
Right?
Back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah.
So now you're
It's a whole event.
We just brought you all the goods, so you're ready to do this for real now. You can start double-edged shaving at home.
I gotta come and do the show every day. Get all these nice shirts and shit and stuff.
Hey, I'm so glad you chose Arizona Daily Mix to put a smile on your face, and we have to thank, of course, Steve Wilkos
Yes.
for spending the morning with us. And Steve, how'd we do? Did we okay?
I had a blast. The food was great. I got some nice gifts. You guys treated me really well. I love coming to Arizona.
I like it. And I had this big meal set up for lunch at this, like, literally a 7-star restaurant. But I said, you know what? I want to take him to a 10-star one. So we're taking your favorite place, Jack in the Box.
I am so excited. I told my staff, I said, the one thing we got to do when we're here, Jack in
Those
the Box.
tacos. Get those tacos.
Well, you are also going to spend the tomorrow with us because we're going to be.
Yeah. Make sure you tune in to tomorrow's show because we are going to be out at the Guardian Games tomorrow, live, hanging out, checking it out, and Steve's going to be with us. So it's going to be awesome.
So don't forget, you can catch Steve Wilkos twice here on AZTV7, 2 and 3 o'clock, and please check him out. So go fire up that computer, head over and get some free stuff at aztv.com. Have a good day, and remember to share that smile.
And share those tacos because I got to go over and try some of those.
I'm not sure.